friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I am an energy reader here on YouTube. I will use messages from Spirit and the tarot and oracle cards in order to communicate messages to you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are returning, I am so blessed, so grateful. Thank you so much. Today's reading will be about... what should it be about? I'm just kidding. Okay. Today's reading is going to be a yes, no, and maybe. Okay. So it's not going to be like pick a pile and that's what your answer is going to be. It is like if you were to go down the path and say yes to whatever situation is going on with you, then you would pick this clear quartz. Okay. So this would kind of show you the yes path if you're at a crossroads. Okay. And the Malachite here will show you no. So if you decline that job offer, or if you don't go down the path, or don't take whatever opportunities being presented. And then the rose quartz at the end is a maybe. Okay, now the maybe is a little tricky. It could be what happens if you wait a little longer, what happens if you just don't do anything, what are the results. Okay, so normally I say procrastinate and you might be too late, but we'll see what the rose quartz has to say. And yeah, if you want, you can listen to all three piles and see the results of a yes, no, maybe. We'll use the oracle cards as well. And I will be doing live shuffle. Same with the tarot, just so we get fresh cards. You're seeing them kind of as I see them. So yeah, you can start with the yes, work your way through, or if you want to just check out one pile, you can do that as well. All right, see you soon. Hello, yes pile. You clicked on the clear quartz, so we're going to take a look at what the oracle cards have to say. If you were to say yes or move in the direction of your opportunity, so accept that job offer, take the move, get into that contract, what's going to happen here with you if you accept or say yes to whatever your current situation is. So we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 1 in the yes pile. Thank you so much, Spirit. And pile number 1, clear quartz group. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Hopefully you take a listen to the other 2 piles and we'll see how they contrast or how they may benefit. All right, so we'll lay the oracle first. Feel free to skip ahead. I see one right here if you'd like. Now the clear quartz is, we'll take the one that flipped, is a stone about clarity. So it would stand to reason that intuitively I picked this as a yes, not really giving it too much thought. But this clear quartz in particular is probably not the best grade clear quartz because it is a little foggy. So potentially there, with the clear quartz being a little foggy, maybe it's something that you are maybe clear on, but still have a little bit of questions, or at least not. Obviously, you wouldn't be watching this if you weren't totally sold on the yes or the no, but maybe you're just curious to see if you go down the no path or the yes path, what would happen. But yeah, the clear quartz is a stone about clarity, and it may sharpen or heighten perception. So you might want to, I don't know, meditate with a clear quartz stone so that you can get a little bit more clear as to what your mental thoughts are around this decision specifically. Okay, so we got the patient with the number 24. Affirmation: I can endure whatever twists and turns life brings me. The patient. All right, that's kind of cool. We got the canary spirit, sing your own song, with the number 12. Very pretty. We got perception. We have gifts. We have two birds here. Interesting. The Seven Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life and Expression. Look at that card. That's beautiful. Okay. I benefit with gratitude. And Spider. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. Okay, so we'll do this and then we'll do some tarot just to get a little bit more in your situation. Now, this is so exciting, you guys. This is a very clear message that this opportunity requires you creating something, requires you birthing something out of your own creation. This would require you kind of putting yourself out there for criticism, okay? So take that into context because this is a general reading, so not everyone's going to have the exact situation, but I feel like what might be concern to you is putting yourself out there and then having people maybe criticize or poke fun, or maybe you're not quite comfortable in the work that you have created. And Spirit wants you to know that your creation not only is expressing a part of you that is very beneficial for you to share with the world, it's actually a gift to the world. I do feel like it's very creative. And I also feel like what Spirit's telling me is that this might be an area that you might have been listening to a lot of what other people are kind of telling you, and they may or may not be considering your highest benefit for consideration. With all these birds are like, people chirping in your ear about what they know what's best for you. And I just feel like if you take this yes path, that not only are you allowing yourself to creatively express yourself in an area that is going to be so beneficial and be a gift not only to you but others around you, but I do feel as though you'll learn how to deal with putting yourself out there despite hesitation, and learning to accept that not everyone is going to be completely on board, and that's okay, right? And in fact, I don't really see anyone saying anything after you launch your project. I feel like the people who are kind of chirping in your ear, I feel like they'll go away. I just feel like right now the only real indecision, if you will, is in your head because of what you believe to maybe be true based on what other people might have been telling you. So for example, if you're thinking of publishing a book or something, and someone who might have experienced it gives you their story about how it was so challenging and all of their, nightmarish experiences and trying to go down this path. And then you start to kind of carry this with you, like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough, or my book isn't creative enough, or this isn't going to stand out enough. So you might need to release some untruths that you've been carrying about what this is, in order for you to just go for what it is that you want. So this pile here specifically is the yes pile, meaning if you were to go ahead, I see you definitely having some hesitation and some concern with what others may say or think, because this is a creative side of you that you might not have expressed or shown in the past. But I feel like once you put it out there, all of that fear just kind of dissipates, all of that noise, all of the people who either say it's difficult or if you couldn't do it or whatever it may be, they kind of go away. And I feel like what this is something so different, so vibrant, and so spectacular, very creative, really original, that it's going to set you apart from everybody else. I feel like with the bird, with the canary being yellow here, and then you have these flowers just kind of popping out as well with the colorful, the colors here. I just feel like your creation is something that is going to make you feel really alive, going to make you feel very vibrant, okay? It's going to almost be this freeing feeling that you've been maybe hanging on to, wanting to unleash the side of you, okay? Now, this can apply to anything that you've been holding back in the creative realm, wanting to release, okay? And I feel like it's stuff that you've invested a lot of time and detail and care, okay? Like you've put in a lot of time, you've put in a lot of effort, and it's kind of sitting there, maybe being shelved because of the fact that you're not quite sure how you'll be perceived. You're not quite sure, you know, how to maybe take it to market. You're not quite sure how to go about maybe asking the right question. I really feel like with this project, once you open that first door of what it is that you need to do, that you'll kind of develop this tone about you that it doesn't really matter so much what other people think, because you then embrace the value of how much time and effort that you've put into this project, this thing that you've been working on, that you start to actually see the value in that outweighs the fact that you may be perceived by some that that's not their cup of tea, okay? But I feel like that's more fear induced, that others may perceive it as something that isn't all that, okay? Now, I'm going to do the tarot just to get a little bit more, because I'm not really getting as to what it is. All I'm getting is that it is something that you're working on, that you've been working diligently on, and you want to express it. You want to share it with the world. So it could be some form of entertainment, could be just something you've built on your own, okay? And it's something very different because, like I said, I see the vibrant colors, I see sing your own song, so it might be something not traditional in that field. Okay, the type of flavor I'm getting here of this reading is really trusting your creativity and birthing your product, and not really giving two boops about what others say, and all that noise and doubts just kind of goes away, okay? So this isn't really telling me the aftermath so much as once you do it, it's kind of freeing. But we'll see with the tarot, which I don't know. Oh yeah, here. That's what I did. See what the tarot has to say. All right, Spirit, we're taking a look at the yes pile here. If they're to take their creative project, their product forward, share their expression forward, open up with this expression that they need to express, what are the results of this whole thing? Okay, we did see gifts here with the number 21, and because 21 reduces to 3, could certainly be people wanting to collaborate with you as well. I do see lots of like people here in this card too. Definitely an opportunity to collaborate with others, but I do feel like you've worked on this project on your own. So Spirit is actually saying to maybe give your own counsel, stay close to your project, because people may want to take a bit of what you worked hard on and kind of maybe turn it and claim it as their own. So what I'm hearing from Spirit is that maybe at some point when this develops, you might want to collaborate with others, you know, pitch your product to an organization or partner up with someone, or maybe take the next steps. And once you, like, if this is about expression, have yourself express, have yourself kind of be solo in doing what it is that you need to do in order to get it out there, okay? So let's see. Actually, I feel one more, actually. Let's take take a look at what this is. So exciting. All right. Oh, we see the Death card. Okay. We see the Four of Swords. All right. We see the Queen of Wands. Look at that. It's beautiful. And the Lovers. All right. And we see the Four of Wands. Beautiful. What a way to end off the tarot. Okay. So in this creative project, I feel as though maybe a lot of you guys have tried. Actually, I'm not really picking up a lot of you guys have tried to take this off. Maybe you feel as though you have, but I feel like this project or this creative idea has really been held back by you, okay? But maybe you feel as though you attempted in some way to take that step. And what I'm really feeling from Spirit is that you have been really anticipating people not liking it or anticipating the rejection, that you haven't really attempted it. Okay, so that's what I'm hearing, is that you might feel as though you did something, but that something clearly wasn't enough. And it wasn't enough because your product wasn't good, or your expression was crap, or your song wasn't decent, or your book was not appealing. It's just you might have felt like you were going outside of your comfort zone to make a phone call maybe, and to step outside of your normal way of being. But the person on the other end didn't quite retain what it was you were trying to deliver, okay? So they might have not fully understood what your product was. Maybe there was an uncertainty as to what it was you're trying to communicate, what it was you kind of maybe wanted from the other partner, company, person. It didn't quite work out, okay? And I feel like a lot of you guys might be in this fear of rejection or perception and kind of guarded. And Spirit is saying this mindset, once you put that away, that it was not the fact that your product or your expression or your creative thing didn't work, but put to bed, I guess, the fear of perception or fear of rejection, or this feeling that if you put it out that it's not going to be good enough, or that you will be judged in a way that's going to, it's your work. You put in a lot of effort, you put in a lot of time. You don't want to be told that your expression is crap, right? I mean, that's definitely not what's going to happen, but it certainly makes sense that you would be very guarded. And I feel as though maybe a lot of you guys, after attempting to take said thing off the ground, you've been kind of really hesitant, but also needing to gather yourself and convince yourself, work on yourself to know the difference between what's actually rejection because the product is not decent, okay, your expression, whatever this thing is that you're wanting to move forward with the yes, or is it a matter of, your own self kind of projecting that what you anticipate would happen or be rejection, okay? So once you step forward in your Queen of Wands energy, which is really moving forward with what it is that you want, Queen of Wands is like the epitome of like the law of attraction, right? She like goes after what she wants. She's really attractive to a lot of people because of the desire. So the belief in the product, the belief in your expression, the need to really stand behind what it is that you feel. And here I see such a beautiful ending here with the Lovers and the Four of Wands. This is a choice, okay? So I feel as though you're going to have a decision to make here when you move forward that you're probably not really even expecting. And it is whether you're going to collaborate, maybe sell the rights off to somebody else, maybe, it's going to be an option of sorts. So not only will it be whatever it was, the outcome that you had intended or wanted, but you'll have another choice as well, because your ability to market yourself in this situation allows for the recipient on the other end to offer you whatever it was that you wanted. Plus, you'll have other offers coming in for your book, your expression, your whatever. Or if you're, let's say pitching it to one individual, this individual says, well, either, you can sell me your rights to this, or, I can do, I don't know, take your product and rent it on some sort of program. Like, there'll be multiple ways that your product will be marketed that I think you'll have a really, really difficult decision to make, because both options will most likely seem very appealing. But I feel like at the end of the day, it allows for this foundation for your product to build in the future. It's really the groundwork to really build on this creative endeavor that you're taking on. Now, like I said, oh, see, my cat is scratching. And so when my cat scratches, I take that as confirmation here from Spirit that we are on the mark. And we were really saying this, this reason to celebrate, this foundation has been laid in order to build on this creative endeavor. So I would say that this is a big yes. The areas to be maybe focused on is, cat is scratching, is that maybe you're more concerned with the rejection and hung up on maybe what's happened in the past as what was appearing as rejection, or appearing as an attempt might have not have been a full attempt. And maybe you're still in your shell about what that might, what that might mean if you are rejected. And I feel as though a lot of you guys might be telling yourself you're not ready to hear a no or to take this rejection. But I feel with the confidence I'm getting here with the Queen of Wands, and even this card here with I benefit with gratitude. Just look at her face. Like, she just has all the confidence in the world. I feel like you believe in your product so much because you put in so much time and effort and energy and detail. And I really feel as though if you're approaching this more from the Queen of Wands perspective, when you go in with this yes, I feel like the reward is going to be, a decision that you'll have to make, that you could benefit from both options. That's going to lay the foundation for the future for this option or this decision. Okay, so this is very positive. Maybe just an acknowledgement in how you're seeing something or feeling about stepping into maybe territory that you feel like you've already been down. And like, I feel there was this holding back. There was a concern. Maybe there were people around at that point that were, telling you that it's difficult, you'll never make it, there's lots of competition, or doubt, maybe your own doubt. But I do feel like there were other individuals maybe involved in that time period that might have led you astray or made you kind of lose hope. But yeah, I believe you should stand behind your product, your creativity, your expression. And oh, this is my cat scratching. What are you scratching at? And you'll have positive results. Okay, so we're going to take a look at the no, and then we'll take a look at the maybe. Try to put this into context, because not everyone has a tangible product. This could certainly be, it's just a creation, right? So it could be a manuscript, coming forward with an idea. So it could just be a concept, positioning a concept, an idea, a dream, something that you want to build on, but have that put out into the world, a big dream that you wish to have, a big dream that he's really scratching. It's okay. All right, so My cat won't stop scratching. I was pretty much almost finished anyway, but yeah, something that you've put a lot of effort into as far as idea. Maybe you've been manifesting or dreaming this idea. So maybe not necessarily hand building this. Okay, but I feel like manifesting, giving it a lot of thought, putting in a lot of effort and mental effort. It's your idea, it's your creative wants. And I feel like, yeah, you just need to kind of go stand behind it and be strong in your belief, despite what maybe you felt others might have been telling you in that situation. Okay, so I'm just repeating myself, but feel very positive about this. Sounds very rewarding. We will look at your other two paths. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you. Hi friends, you picked pile number 2 and this is the no path. So if you pick the no path, which is what will happen if you said no or didn't follow this path, yeah, what would happen? And this is a piece of malachite here, okay? And malachite's a protective stone, okay? It's also a heart chakra. So let's see what we have. So I'm going to shuffle the oracle and do the oracle live, and then we'll see the tarot. But we want to ask Spirit for a clear and concise message. If pile number 2 went down the no path of this crossroads and didn't follow whatever it was, that opportunity that they have in front of them in this situation, what is the result of that no path? Okay. So feel free to skip ahead if you don't want to witness the shuffling. We got release. I hope you guys are all having a very good new year, full of love and light, full of accepting no bull. Living your best dream. All right. Thank you, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your new energy. We did see the last card here, which was Weasel. All right, we got 2 more. Got rabbit spirits. And one more card here. All right. Let's see what we have. We have the Uniter. Affirmation, I know love has come to unite me with my beloved. All right. We got big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. We got release with the number 39. It's the number 12 as well if you reduce it, which could be the number 3. Got miracle. That's beautiful. Wow. We got I am peaceful. Kind of same imagery here going on. Look at that. The bird on her head, or I guess rising phoenix bird. Then you got the birds up here, kind of very similar, even with the rising up here of this miracle. You got that on this card, which is kind of cool. All right, so the weasel says, be silent, pay attention, and simply observe with your eyes and ears and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. Ooh. Rabbit spirit, now is a lucky time with the number 49 or the number 13. Okay. And 13 could be the number 4. Now, we'll get into the tarot after, but what I'm picking up here, guys, is this idea, this opportunity that you have, if you decide not to pursue it and you take a step back, I feel as though there will come a point in time where you have no choice but to move forward with this idea. Okay, it's almost like this idea, opportunity, whatever it is that you're contemplating, you're going to be, I mean, I do believe obviously in free will, but you're going to be down the path where Spirit's saying everything around you is almost going to be removed until you can see. And what I'm being removed is like your options. Okay, you'll have no real choice but to move forward in this arena, because this arena is your calling. This arena is where you're headed. Okay, so I really feel as though if you postpone or don't go down or say no, that eventually you're going to be on the same path again. So maybe if you're not ready, and you say, okay, well, I'm not ready to take this opportunity, what Spirit is saying is that it'll come back around. So if you say no to this job, chances are, however time period, so let's say a year from now, 3 weeks, or whatever the case may be, this job's going to come back around, and eventually you will have the opportunity to move forward. Okay, so if you don't go market your product, if you don't follow or pursue what it is that you're inquiring about, you're going to be so driven by Spirit that you have to get this off the ground, that you're going to become almost obsessed with this calling, that's going to be really your only option, is to move forward in this direction. Okay, so take that as it's kind of resonating for what that topic is, but it certainly is an opportunity that will come full circle back around. And the only benefit I could see here of saying no is that you might build upon this idea even more. And so when this opportunity comes around again, you'll be like enthusiastic yes. There'll be no doubt. There'll be no, cloudiness that we talked about if you checked out pile 1, which was the yes. This will be a full-on yes. And you'll have all these other add-on things, add-ons to your product, add-on ideas, creativity, because you you held back on this, and we're able to build on this idea, this creative piece. Okay, so there'll be even more, but I really feel as though it's almost the buildup of when this opportunity comes back around, it's like full force, a full force yes, because you'll have beyond a shadow of a doubt that this is meant for you, that this is what you want to do, that this is the right thing. And maybe a lot of you guys are feeling like you don't really act until you have this for sure, but the benefit to saying yes instead of holding back, aside from obviously like we talked about having all this additional creativity and building upon your idea, you'll have an opportunity to collaborate and have an option that are both really beneficial to creating a solid foundation for your product or your opportunity, because you're starting to build something at the right time. And the collaboration with the people, the company, the whatever it is that the opportunity is with, they have an opportunity for you to have a decision in 2 areas that's going to really support what it is that you want to move forward with. Okay, so if it's with a person, they'll have more options for you to choose from that are both beneficial to you. But if you wait, this opportunity, this person, whatever it was that supported you in the arena of collaboration and opportunity, it's actually going to not be there anymore. Okay, so with this release of the 3 birds, I feel like there will be no, like whoever wanted to buy the product off you and give you like either whatever, they'll say we'll buy it outright for you, or you could rent out your product, like 2 big options for you to decide from. In this case, the opportunity to collaborate or to have this extra option is off the table. Okay, the only thing that, like I said, I see being really beneficial is the fact that you'll have this unwavering know-how that when you are ready to move forward with this, which it will come back around, that you'll be an unwavering yes, okay? And you will realize the miracle in which this opportunity actually really is, because you'll be put to that point. Whereas if you take it, your opportunity right away, like now, right? If you move yes with this chance that you have, I believe you guys don't fully realize the miracle that's in front of you, because you haven't really been in a position to know that you're really working on this divine plan, that all the universe and all the stars and all the energy had to align in order for you to get this to this state, that you'll look back and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe I said no, or that I stalled, or that I didn't take this, because this is an absolute miracle in my life and it's giving me all the blessings, that I should have done that way before. But I don't feel like you're going to be like kicking yourself so much saying, oh my gosh, I should have took it. It's just you'll realize that this is really a blessing, okay? And that there was no fear, and that moving forward would have been beneficial for you. But again, like I said, there is this greater knowing, right? By saying no, there's a greater knowing later in life, later when this opportunity presents itself, that it was really your calling and your will to be. And because you will look back, and you might even be stewing on it a little bit, but more ideas will come to you, more desire to move forward in this opportunity will come to you after saying no, that eventually you're just going to be back kind of in the same position. So I feel like you're just maybe wasting time, to be honest, if you say no. And with the uniter here, yeah, I know love has come to unite me with my beloved. It's like it was meant to be. This life path, this calling, this whatever this opportunity is, if you say no, it will come back around like a miracle. Okay, so I feel like what you guys have asked about is something pretty significant. I don't feel like it's taking a job offer per se, but maybe, I mean, it could be, but I just feel like it's something, it's an area that you're really contemplating. Like, if you go down that path, you'd really have to kind of put yourself out there and in an uncomfortable state that I don't think you feel you're ready for. So it's easy to stay back and guarded, but I feel like if you wait until, okay, you're fully ready to step through, there's going to be this like, oh, I should have been moving forward in this a long time ago because there was nothing to fear. And you'll realize this is definitely meant for you. The only downside, like I said, is you'll lose an opportunity here, okay? A benefit, a perk, an option to collaborate, maybe multiple options that you would really benefit from is gonna not be there with this delay, okay? Now I feel as though you're definitely going to be put in a position to know when this is right. Again, if you do say no, and this comes back around. But what Spirit is asking is for you to just, like with this card where it says just be still and observe with your eyes and ears and your physical feelings what's happening inside. Spirit just wants you to kind of just observe what's going on around you. Just observe your actions. Observe, what maybe falsities people might have told you. What sort of limitations might you be holding on yourself that aren't true? What is your internal dialogue that you're telling yourself that might be holding you back, that might be untrue, or that might be what you're telling yourself out of a fear of putting yourself out there to maybe get rejected, right? So is really, with this, now is a lucky time. I feel as though saying yes is the lucky time because all these things align, that the most abundant opportunity is enacting now when this opportunity arises in this miracle. But if you say no, you will have another chance to maybe, not maybe, you will have another chance to say yes, but maybe this time you're going to be of a different mindset. But I feel like you'll be over qualified or over knowing, and you might have to wait there a bit, waiting for this to come back around. It might be harder for you too, to get in there, but you're determined. Okay, so I'm not making it sound like it's just going to fall in your lap again, this opportunity. You're going to have to, it will come back around because this is definitely your calling. I see this is definitely something that you have to do, okay? Or at least this opportunity is going to keep showing its face until you put out there what it is that needs to happen. And I feel like it is around creativity. It's a visionary, it's an idea, it's an expression, it's something you want to build on. It's going to come back around, but I feel like when you wait, now you might have to bend the ear of a few people. You might have to do more convincing, but now you have that oomph behind you because you believe it so much more. Okay, you're like coming in there like a rock star because you're no longer like, oh, I might not be strong enough in this area, or I might be perceived as this, or I might be rejected if I actually come out and say how I feel. You don't have that anymore. You're going to be like, here's what it is that I want. And you might be put in a position where the recipients, the people, the other side, the company or whatever might be like, okay, well, we have, 4 other candidates. Why should we hire you? Or the publishing company might say, well, okay, your book is great and all that, but, we're going to, I don't know, need you to jump through these hoops in order for us to be sold on the fact that this is kind of what we want. So there is this, yeah, it makes things a little bit more challenging for sure. But like I said, it's definitely, at least you're confidently going in there knowing and standing behind it that you have a full backing of what this is, okay? So let's take a look at pile number 3 will be the maybe, but we're going to take a look at the tarot because that one went kind of a little bit more in depth than I thought. And we're going to ask Spirit for this no path before we get into the maybe. What do we see here with the no's? Or I guess the crossroads of a no. What happens if they don't take this opportunity, this no? They pass this up this time around. They don't take it. They don't follow up on it. They don't drive forward with it. Ooh, I feel this one. I feel this one. I feel this one. And one more, Spirit. Oh, I feel that one. Okay. Let's see. So I have 3 of Wands. We have the 4 of Swords. Same position this came out for pile 1. Interesting. Ooh, Death. This is the same card that came out in pile 1. We got the 7 of Cups. Okay. And we got the Queen of Wands. Also came out in pile number 1. All right. And I gave it a really good shuffle there. But what I'm seeing is really supporting the oracle cards here. I see that if you say no, that you're going to be looking back on an opportunity and you'll almost be like waiting for your moment again, because at some point you're going to realize what it is without a shadow of a doubt. There'll be no wavering. It's not should I, yes or no. It'll be like, yes, now I know this is kind of what I want, and you're kind of waiting for the right time. So there's going to be some waiting for sure. And I feel like there's almost going to be this, a period where nothing's really happening. And I mean, you're really excited because you've planned, you want stuff to get going, but you're going to have to really wait. And, this is more of a matter of things kind of lining up again and turning in your favor, because with the Death card, there is this like clearing or this end, you know, of an energy where it restarts back up again. And the restarting back up again after you know, you say no, and then you're able to, I don't know, get your own confidence back. You're able to work on your stuff a little bit longer. Then you realize, hey, yeah, actually, maybe I do want to do that. I should have said yes. Then you're going to be challenged with your recipient, so be it the company, be it the person, or be it whatever, is now has all these other options. Okay, and then you're this Queen of Wands, which is absolutely beautiful and desirable. Now, it doesn't have to be a queen, it could be a king, but the queen is just this really desirable person, okay, product. She's like, yeah, this is you being really desirable with your book, with your food, whatever it is that you created, and or your expression, like, hey, yeah, I'm ready to, you know, talk to you about my expressions and my creative product and my ideas and my desires and what I want to build. And your recipient here is like, okay, great. I also see all these other options that are here that I need to consider, because you are beautiful for sure, and your product is amazing and it's desirable for sure. But I see all these other things that, you know, we're not sure that we want yet, because we need to eliminate some of these other options. So it's not very clear cut, although I do feel like you being the Queen of Wands, I mean, you do get a desirable outcome in the end, because this is really what Spirit's saying is your calling. But I just feel like you're kind of setting yourself up for this challenging path with the no. Okay, so that kind of supports what we were saying there with the oracle cards. I'm going to do pile number 3. Thank you so much, you guys. And I'll see you guys in pile number 3. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you pick this ginormous rose quartz, isn't this like the most beautiful thing? Yeah, then this is your reading. And rose quartz is self-love. It's the healing stone. It's so peaceful. I love rose quartz. Okay, so let's take a look. So 1 and 2 were definitely interesting. Regarding your opportunity, and if you were to go down the path of yes, or if you were to go down the path of no. I was feeling that one, but we might as well take those two. So now we're going to be taking a look at, this is kind of like the alternate path where you're not saying no and you're not saying yes, and you're kind of just taking a look at what transitions here. Okay, so we did talk about for the yes, how there would be benefits to moving ahead, striking while the iron is hot. Whereas pile number 2, you know, well, spoiler alert, if you pick pile number 2, there is a calling for you to still eventually come into the same crossroads again, and maybe be more prepared mentally. However, the opportunity may now present with its challenges, okay? Whereas moving ahead uncertain would lead down this opportunity of having more option, more choice, more benefit for you. Okay, so now in this pile number 3, we're asking, you know, if you don't do no and you don't say yes, what's kind of the alternate option here? Maybe just another way of dealing with this, or how to move here and see what Spirit has to say. Thank you so much, Spirit, for a clear and concise message for the rose quartz maybe pile and pile number 3. Thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your energy. All right. I feel that one definitely wants to come out, and oh, it's a lot of cards coming out. I did feel one flip. Did one flip? Nope. All right. There we go. We've got 2 here as well. Wow, lots of cards. Okay, let's see what we have. We got Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive with the number 60. Well, that's a really pretty card. Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. Ooh, all right. And I love the pink here. It's kind of reminding me of this rose quartz with the swan. I love that. That's the number 32, which is the number 5. We got a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. Already picking up messages. We have curiosity. Okay. Ghosts. Number 20. The reputable. I live my life as if my guardian angels are watching over me. The number 34. Oh, look, it's right under. Let Spirit be your guide. That is so beautiful. This is just amazing. All right, meerkats. Get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. I converse with awareness. Gratitude and facade. Okay, very strong message here for you guys. So, in this option, I feel like what Spirit is saying is that you know intuitively what the right calling is, and to trust your guides, to trust what it is that your vision is. Okay, so I know that sounds really cliche, but I really feel like this is like, if you guys watch the other piles, like you're destined to get this off the ground. Okay, so what Spirit is asking is keep holding the vision, because eventually, whether it's yes or no, okay, and you can watch those 2 piles to see kind of where it takes you, but keep holding this vision, because Spirit knows that this is going to get off the ground for you. Okay, it's happening. Like, there's no, like I said, there's no it not happening. It's going to happen. It's just more of a matter of, I guess, timing. And like we saw with the yes, it's like you might feel uncertain, right? You might not be in your full confidence. And with no, it's like, if you say no, it's like it's going to rear its face again, its opportunity. And you'll almost be overly ready or overqualified, and you'll think back as to why it was you probably didn't start sooner, or whatever the case may be, or express yourself sooner, or show this creative idea, this idea that you want. With the time for a deep dive, Spirit is asking you to really take a look at what Spirit is telling you inside. Like, it's going to come from the inside out. Like, and what I really feel has been happening is you have those birds, like I said. This doesn't make sense unless you watch all the piles, but this is my first time doing a reading like this, so simmer down, Linda. So there's lots of things going on in my head right now, but if you watch the other piles, I'm totally getting that you have people right now around you that are throwing you off, and they're throwing you off, and I don't feel like they're doing it maliciously, but I feel like it's the experiences that they had that might be tainting whether you're able to do this or not. And I feel like there are, with this curiosity, like I do feel like you have this desire to take this opportunity and follow this opportunity or whatever, but your environment and people around you might be making you feel as though you are not ready for this opportunity, or that give you reason to believe that you shouldn't pursue this any further, that you're less than what this opportunity presents itself. And I feel like it's not really you. Like, I feel like whatever is being communicated to you, and even what you're telling yourself here with I converse with awareness, to be very cautious of what it is that you're telling yourself. And we go, bird in the ear. Oh my God. Go watch the other piles. I recorded them in sequence, okay? I feel like these birds, to me, they're like yappy. They're like people who are just saying whatever their experiences are, who like might be gossiping or trying to control you, maybe even, or keep you at their level or whatever. You are the type that's like, you know what it is that you want, you know what it is that you're curious of, clearly, because there's this calling, there's this knowing, there's this like vision that you have, that Spirit's asking you to keep the vision, let Spirit guide you. It's coming from the inside, that you'll know it beyond a shadow of a doubt. But what you're telling yourself maybe right now is that, I don't want to be rejected, or if I come out with my expression, then I'll be looked at in this sort of way, or whatever the case may be. But I feel as though this is you telling yourself these untruths. Like there's this facade happening. It's almost like an Eight of Swords happening here, because you're holding yourself back from moving forward. And there is such gratitude that you can take away from taking the first step and believing in yourself when others might not. But also there is this ability to be grateful of what people might be trying to, if they are actually trying to help you. Because I don't feel like all these birds are necessarily negative people. I mean, there are a few. And I don't mean negative as in they're causing you harm, but I feel like it's causing a negative result in your life from you believing maybe what they're saying, or believing their experiences to be true, or that you're holding yourself back due to these negative experiences that they've experienced. And be grateful that these people want to help you, that they're probably trying to help you, but it's not really your truth. Your truth is coming from inside. Your truth is taking a deep dive, listening to your spirit guides, following and keep holding your vision, because you know that this is happening. And I feel like even with these ghosts, it's like your past experiences might even be those birds and those voices in your head that are telling you like it's just going to happen. Oh my gosh, I didn't even notice that too. Look at the birds here, and then the birds. It's like it's following you around. It's like this negative self-speak. It's like, and with ghosts, like it's stuff of the past. Like let the stuff of the past go. And we saw that like with pile number 1, like you thought you tried in some sort of way. And I don't want to take away from you thinking you tried, but I really don't feel like, I think you tried to take a step forward, and something had happened that made you feel rejected, that made you feel shut down, that made you feel like I'm never going to be able to express or creatively, or put my creativity out there, or what it is that I want, how it is I envision my future to be, that you don't even take that chance or that step forward. I live my life as guardian angels are watching over me. Yeah, like you're going to know that you have the protection from spirit to be able to move forward in an area that you understand is going to happen for you. And I love this get support from trusted group of like-minded friends, because if you are hearing from people who are around you that might be giving you that same self-speak that you're starting to believe, that might not be that positive, you might start to believe it. So conversing with awareness is being aware of what it is you're telling yourself, and what it is that people around you are telling yourself, surrounding yourself with people who are actually like-minded in such a way that they also have visions that they're wanting to achieve, and goals, creative projects, and that sort of thing. They're not going to rain on your parade or see that you have something special, and therefore want you to not step outside of, their circle. So yeah, if you decide not to say yes or no, this is kind of exactly what the maybe pile is that I still feel like the end result here is going to morph itself into you moving forward with this opportunity at some point in time, and maybe learning a lesson. And maybe that is the lesson, right? How do you let go of the ghosts? How do you identify what is self-speak, what other people are telling you? Trusting yourself, but I feel you'll definitely get there. The only big difference I saw there with the opportunity was that collaboration kind of came easy. The opportunity to really build that foundation early is a plus in moving ahead, yes, forward right now, okay? And I also see this as kind of a plus, because you get to learn this life lesson of really looking back on this and saying, why was I held back? How was I talking to myself, or what sort of people were in my life that allowed me to not move forward in an area that I had a vision, I had a creative project, I had something I wanted to move forward with, and I didn't, because of all the stuff that I believed. And I mean, we need to take accountability for us. So it's not like these people were holding you down, but at a certain point, it's like you start to believe these people. So the accountability falls on you to say, I'm going to watch what it is that I'm telling myself and what it is that I want to believe. Spirit's really saying to keep holding that vision, because your creative project, this expression, this thing that you're coming forward with, we saw was very colorful. It was providing a gift, okay, a gift to this world. And only you can bring that gift to this world. So it's much needed. That's why, therefore, it's going to happen, okay? It's happening. It's happening. Like, that's what's going to happen. So it's more of a matter of timing, I believe. Now let's take a look at the tarot and see what we see. So we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message here for pile number 3 regarding their opportunity, their situation. If they don't say yes or no and they just let things happen, what's happening here with this? Thank you so much, Spirit. And thank you, pile number 3, for letting me tap into your energy. Got 2. I got 3. Yeah, and I love that we got the rose quartz with the self-love, because I really feel like, you know, it takes a lot of self-love to hold one's vision, despite what people around you might be telling you. You know, the birds, despite what the birds are chirping in your ear about, you got to really love yourself so that you stay true. And I love that the Knight of Pentacles here is in the middle, because the Knight of Pentacles is moving forward. Okay, so now this is the maybe pile. So I do feel with the Knight of Pentacles, because it is the slowest moving knight, that there is with great delay. This is like great delay. So you're moving with delay, okay, but you're still moving. And the point being is you're going to get to where it is that you need to get going, which I feel is going to be in the same, it's going to be in the same boat, because it was meant for you. Okay, but we have this knight delay, and I feel like with this knight, he's still kind of looking back, and so he's taking longer to get there. It's like he's still, you know, looking back instead of where he's walking to, and that would definitely cause delay. So maybe you'll still be a little bit, I should have said yes, because I mean, if you don't take it, if you don't say yes, you're kind of saying no, right? In a way, there's this delay that's going to happen. Okay. Yeah, 3 of Swords. This is heartbreak. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be knowing when you say no, and if you don't take it, and you don't say yes, and you just kind of, you're still looking at that opportunity because you didn't say yes, you're gonna emotionally feel heartbroken, because I feel like this is something that is true and true to you. I mean, like we said, it's like destined for you. You know, it's your creativity. It's what you put your effort into. It's like what you want, what you truly know. It's your expressive self that wants something that you've concocted in your mind that you want to go after. Okay, you want to sell your product, you want to believe in what it is that you know to be true to you. So if you don't act on it and you slowly move away, it's like there's this pain here that's unavoidable. Okay, the Hierophant. Wow. Okay, so this is like institutions, this is like higher learnings, this is a knowing, this is like yeah, a knowing. And I feel like he's looking back, because, and I say he, doesn't have to necessarily be the he male, he it needs to be male, but he's looking back because, yeah, it's just like there's a knowing here with the major arcana too, being the Hierophant, that there is this ability for you to act in a way that you know is what you're supposed to be doing. Yeah, but yet eventually you still walk into this opportunity again. Okay, but yeah, so I see pain here. So if you don't move forward, I just see like, yeah, you feel like you've given up on something that's really emotionally close to you. Okay. Let's keep going. 9 of Swords. Yeah, anxiety, sleepless nights. So this is essentially, I feel this is a deeper layer to know, because I feel like if you don't say yes when you do, then the answer is no. So this is technically a no, but you're not saying no, you're just not acting on it. But the result is pretty much the no. But I feel like if you say no and try to follow along, this is what I'm getting from Spirit. If you say no and you know that it's a no, you'll sit back with an idea of trying to do whatever it is you need to do until that comes back around and you're more ready. Excuse me, you're more ready. Whereas this, I feel like this is more ignoring or not dealing with it or not acknowledging it, not moving forward at all, kind of being in limbo. I feel like there's a lot of anxiety and mental anguish and mental repetitive thoughts that keep coming to you. And this is going to keep coming because there's a need for you to follow in the path of what you feel you're being called to do. And this comes because there is no making a definitive yes or no. Like if you really, because free will, and you decide no, and it's a no, and you don't do it, I mean, there's a reason why you're saying no. You're not going to be having anxiety, but I feel like you hesitantly don't say yes, and you hesitantly don't say no. So you're going to experience emotional pain and anxiety because you're not acting in your highest good and to follow what it is that you want to be able to sell here or do or stand behind. The Queen of Wands. Oh my, okay. You guys saw me shuffle it, and I told you you're destined for this thing, did I not? Queen of Wands in the same position, all 3 piles, because guess what? You're destined for whatever this is. You are, you're the perfect candidate. I mean, the Queen of Wands is highly attractive. It's like the most desirable queen, you know, when it comes to having what it takes. It's the law of attraction. This queen can obtain what it is that she wants. She can really draw in whatever she wants. And I feel here, you're going to get what it is that you want. The road may look different. All we were doing here with the 3 piles was showing you the road. This road to me looks like it's the most, yeah, it's probably the most challenging, okay? Because, I mean, we didn't see heartbreak. We didn't see anxiety. If we said no, it was almost like I said no because I made an active decision to focus on my product or myself in such a way that I was beyond a shadow of a doubt, know that I'm ready, able to move forward. But it's like I didn't say no and I didn't say yes, but yet I keep looking back and there's this knowing and there's this heartache and there's this anxiety, you know, but eventually what Spirit is saying is that this maybe pile, it's like, well, you're still going to end up here attracting what it is that you are walking away from or that you're not actively pursuing because it's going to come to you. Okay. Now this could apply to so many different things. But what we saw there was creativity. So anything you've dreamt of in your mind of what it is that you want, something to bring in this world. Either it could be tangible, something you're building, creating, an idea, a product, like I said, a book, a song, an idea you're selling to someone, could be even on a personal level, like someone you want to build with. And it's just an opportunity for you to move forward in an area that allows your true creative self to express yourself in a way that you feel is true with your authentic calling. And yeah, let me know how this applied if you guys like this reading, because like I said, this is the first type of reading like this that I did. I enjoyed it. It was a little tricky in the first pile, but I hopefully did justice in communicating what it is that I was seeing. It was very clear with the messages that I was getting from Spirit. It's just sometimes a little bit difficult to communicate for the general collective because there's so many different scenarios. If you'd like a private reading, I will be resuming those, I'm thinking maybe in January, because I'm just way too busy. But let me know. I have my email down below. Love and light. See you guys soon. Bye.